Hi guys, this is Fabien, and in this video you are going to discover the 10 mistakes that you need to avoid if you want to seduce women. Mistake number 1 is staying platonic. You need to sexualize your interaction. Well, I don't recommend to sexualize directly, like let's just say you are using dating apps and you haven't met the girl yet. I don't recommend to sexualize by messages before meeting her, but when you are having the first date, I'm gonna give you right now an example of a sentence that you can use, a little technique that you can use to sexualize if you don't know where to start. So you're having a coffee with her and you can ask her, if you were a guy for 24 hours, what would you do? And what is cool with this question is that you can be sure that 80% of the time she's going to tell you, I don't know, I think I will maybe sleep with a woman to see, you know, what does it look like, you know, like how does it feel as a guy to sleep with a woman? In 80% of the time you can be sure that she's going to tell you something like similar to this. And for the other 20% of the time, maybe she's going to tell you first that she will go to a bar by herself, you know, to see, like, to, you know, how does it feel to have a drink by herself without being hit on by guys or this kind of stuff. But you can be sure that after this, she's definitely going to talk about sex, okay? So she is the first one sexualizing the interaction. So this is like a simple technique, a simple sentence that you can write, that you can memorize, because this one is super powerful. Because after that, she's like telling you, oh, I don't know, maybe I will have sex with a woman, I will sleep with a woman to see how does it look like. You can tell her how does it look like because you are a guy. So you can tell her like, what do you think? Okay, do you think that guys are having more pleasure when having sex than women? Or like, what do you think? I can tell you how does it look like, okay? And X, Y, Z, okay? You can go deeper in this topic, but you can see that with this sentence, she is going to sexualize the interaction before you. Mistake number 2 is to put her on a pedestal. Just because she's hot or she's so special, you know, like, no, it's not, you are not going to seduce a woman, but you are putting on a pedestal, okay? Women, they are going to date a guy or sleep with a guy, but I think he's more high value, okay? Like, they are not going to sleep with a guy or date a guy who is lower value than them, okay? This is super important for you to understand that even, like, you know, it will show through your body language and your facial expression and the words that you are going to say if you are putting her on a pedestal in your mind, okay? Try to make a shift, okay? Try to think instead that if you think that she's hot, you can be like, okay, she's hot, she's my type of girl physically, that's cool. I'm wondering if we have some chemistry. I'm wondering if she's interesting, who she is as a person. And if you think this way, it will show through your body language, your facial expression, the words that you are going to say, that you are not needy, that you are not putting her on a pedestal, and she's going to feel that, okay? Women are like more emotional and more sensitive than us men, so she's going to feel in the way that you are looking at her, the way that you are talking to her, the words that you are going to use, that you are thinking, okay, you know what, Vanessa, yes, you're hot, but who are you, okay? Are you an interesting person? Do we have things in common? I'm more interested to getting to know you, okay? And she's going to feel and she's going to see if on the opposite, you're like, oh my God, you're so hot. I hope you will like me. I hope that you're going to give me your phone number. I hope that you and me, we are going on a date, okay? She's going to feel that. So do not put her on a pedestal, okay? Change your thoughts, change your mindset before you are going on this date, before you are going to send the first messages, before you are going to approach her. Mistake number 3 is to tell her about your feelings way too early. And this is something that like a lot of students that I'm helping, that I'm coaching, they also have this kind of problems where, you know, they meet a high quality woman, okay, they are starting to get feelings for her, but it's way too early to tell her, okay, and some of them already did the mistake to tell her. So you don't want to end up like Ted, you know, from How I Met Your Mother. After the first or the second date, he's telling to, I think it's Robin, that he loves her. You don't want to do that. If you do have feelings for her after the first, second or third dates, keep it for yourself. Because if you are telling to her your feelings way too early, you are maybe thinking that, okay, I have to be honest and I'm going to tell her now. she's going to freak out, okay? This is not a good idea. She's going to feel a lot of pressure on her shoulders if your level of interest for her is already there and her level of interest for you is there, okay? This is not going to work. You really need to understand that if you do have feelings for her super early in the relationship, keep it for you. Don't tell her about it right now. Wait for her to tell you, to ask you these kind of questions like, okay, so what do you think about us? What do you think about our relationship? At this moment, maybe you can start to tell her that you find her special, that you like, XYZ personality traits that she has, okay? Be super specific, but do not tell her about your feelings way too early. She's just gonna feel a lot of pressure. She's going to freak out. She will be afraid to hurt your heart if you guys keep dating and keep seeing each other, and after a few weeks or a few months, she doesn't feel anything for you. She's going to be afraid to break your heart. She's not ready to take this risk, okay? So this is why she's going to tell you, okay, if you're having feelings for me right now, I'm not there yet, okay? I'm here, but I'm not there yet. Maybe it's better if we stop seeing each other. So if you have feelings for her, keep it for yourself at the moment. Don't tell her about your feelings right now. If it's too early, if it's before the first date, the third date, wait a bit. Mistake number 4 is to talk too much about yourself. So some guys have this kind of problems, you know, like they are talking way too much about themselves. It could be on the date, it could be when they're approaching a woman, it could be when they are like sending messages on Tinder, Hinge or Bumble. They are talking too much about themselves, okay? So what you need to understand is that it's nice to give information about you, but it's good also to keep a part of mystery or create some intrigue, okay, about yourself. So it's way more better to make her talking about herself than you, okay, talking about yourself and sharing a lot of things, maybe too much things. So how do you do that? How you are making her talking about herself? You can simply do this by, you know, for example, you are chatting with her on Tinder or on Hinge and she's telling you that she loves cooking, okay? So what you can ask simply is like, oh, what do you enjoy the most about cooking? How do you feel when you are like cooking, okay? Like, are you putting like some music? Do you feel like in sort of a creative space? Do you enjoy this activity? What do you enjoy the most? Or she's telling you that she enjoys maybe scuba diving, okay? You can ask her, hey, what do you enjoy the most about scuba diving? How do you feel when you are scuba diving? How do you feel when you are dancing? How do you feel when you are doing X, Y, Z? And she's going to tell you how does she feel. She's going to start talking about herself. So this is way more better to do, to focus the conversation on herself, to find things that you have in common, to connect with her. And then when she's going to ask some stuff about you, yeah, sure, you can reply. But do not talk too much about yourself. Focus more on her, having a good conversation, connect with her, making her talking about herself. It's gonna be way much easier. Mistake number 5 is being too much available for her, okay? So show her that you are busy. You are not telling her that you are busy, but you are going to show her. It's also part of attraction, because if you are like too much available for her, you are replying immediately, you know, to her messages. When she needs something, you are immediately here and there for her. This is not something that women find attractive, okay? They want to be with the guy who is like not too much available for them. They don't want to be with the guy who is always there for them. Maybe it sounds like romantic, it sounds nice if you are saying that, yeah, I'm always available for her. I will always be here for you. If you need anything, you can call me in the middle of the night. You can call me anytime, any day. But no, in reality, if you are doing that, if you are too much available for women in general, so you are not going to tell her that you are busy, but you are going to show her. So how do you show her that you are busy? For example, one simple trick that you can use right now is to stop replying immediately. You can just replying maybe once or twice per day, okay? And you will see that it will change the dynamic. She's going to be the one who is going to chase you, okay? She is going to, maybe let's just say you reply at lunch and you reply after in the evening. In the afternoon, maybe she is going to send you another messages, okay? Maybe she's going to send you 2 messages. Just show her that you are busy. The same if you are planning, like you are chatting with her, for example, on Hinge or on Tinder, and you are planning a date. Don't ask her when she's available. Tell her that you are available only like on, I don't know, Tuesday and on Thursday, and that's all, okay? Don't ask her, oh, when are you available? And she's like, oh, I'm available maybe Monday. Okay, Monday I can be available too. Ah, no, Monday doesn't work for me. Finally, I can be available on Sunday. Oh yeah, Sunday works for me perfectly. No, don't do that. Give her maybe 2 options to see you, and that's all. Mistake number 6. Being too honest, okay? Like, for example, if you have been single for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, 2 years, like, don't tell her that, okay? I know that it's important to be honest, and I value honesty a lot, but sometimes being too honest is not going to help you to meet, date, or attract high quality woman. Particularly if you have been single for many years, okay, like you can always tell her the truth later. If you start dating, you can always tell her the truth that, yeah, you haven't been single for 1 year or for 6 months, you have been single for like 5 years or for 10 years, but don't tell her immediately if she's asking you, you haven't even met her, or if she's asking you after the first date or the second date, for how long have you been single, okay? Like you can lie a bit about it, you can just say for 6 months, for 1 year, okay, it's fine, but don't tell her, because she's not going to understand why you have been single for that such a long time, okay? You are going to make her freak out, okay? She will be like, wow, you have been single for 5 years, there must be something wrong with you, okay? There must be something wrong with this guy. She's going to think that way subconsciously, okay? Even if it's not true, even maybe you were super busy, or I don't know, you have your own reasons why. It's important for her to not have this kind of thoughts. There must be something wrong with him, okay? Like, this is not something that I want to deal with, okay? So you want to avoid for her to have this kind of thoughts, okay? So avoid being too honest, especially if you have been single for, I would say, more than like 3 years, okay? It's okay to lie a little bit, especially at the beginning of the relationship. And if after you like are dating, you know, and it becomes more seductive between you can just tell her, okay, you know what, I have to be honest with something about you. I've just lied a little bit. You know, I was single for like 5 years and not 6 months before I met you, okay? And you can explain to her why you have just lied a little bit. Mistake number 7, giving her too much compliments, okay? Or like giving her compliments only about her look, okay? Only about her physical appearance, okay? Women are like us, you know, they want to be qualified, they want to hear nice stuff about their behavior, okay? About who they are, not only about their physical appearance or about their look. So do not give her too much compliments. If you are seeing her for the first date, for example, you just say, hey, you look great, you look nice, I like this scarf, I like this, I like your shoes, I like your high heels, whatever, okay? You are just giving 1 or 2 compliments and that's all, it's enough, okay? Try to focus more about her personality and try to make compliments about her personality. For example, I don't know, she's telling you that she has been, I don't know, she went to Europe for like with backpacking, you know, for a trip this way, or she's been to South America hiking in the mountains. You can just tell her, oh, that's nice, like I'm impressed by that, like you seem to be someone who, you know, likes adventure. I like this thing about you, okay? Make more compliments about her personality. You can tell her that you like her company. I like spending time with you. I like your company. I don't know why, I can't explain, but I feel good just talking about you, having a coffee, having a drink with you. Like, I'm spending a good time. I'm having fun right now. These kind of compliments are way more better, okay? And are way more valuable for women rather than, you know, like just simply, hey, you're hot, hey, I like your style, hey, you look gorgeous, oh my God, you're so beautiful, okay? Forget about this kind of compliments, okay? Try to make compliments more about her personality. She will love it. Mistake number 8 is avoiding physical contact. It's not possible to like bring her to your place or go to her place or like to kiss her after a first date or second date if you haven't touched her, okay? Like, it's super important. You need to make some small physical contacts at first. Then you are seeing that, then it's important to notice if she's comfortable with that or not. If she's uncomfortable, you will see, you will feel it, okay? She will be like, okay, she might be like looking at you this way. She will like, with her shoulders up, you know, like, okay. So, but if she's comfortable with that, she's not going to do anything special, okay? So you can start with small physical contact. For example, you can use an excuse to watch her, I don't know, her watch, for example. Like you are just talking to her and you're like, hey, you have like a nice watch. What is it, you know? So you can just touch gently and softly her like wrist, for example. Or you can just, when you are seeing her and you are like just, you know, giving like a little kiss on the cheek here, you can just put your hand on her shoulder, okay, here, for example, like, hey, nice to meet you, Fabien. Or if you are teasing her, okay, you can just like, no, you know what, I was just joking with you, don't worry, you know, I was just kidding, don't worry. And you can put a hand on her shoulder, okay. Try to start with like some small physical contact this way, and then after you can go further. For example, you are walking with her, you can just start to take her hand, okay? You take her hand, you see, you know, if she's going to hold your hand back or if she's going to like, you know, her hand is not going to hold your hand back, okay? Also, what you can do is about her hair. You can just like say to her, you know what, there is something wrong in your hair right now, give me 2 seconds, and you are just like taking the, like you are faking it obviously, but you can just like touching her hair. If she's comfortable, okay? If she's not comfortable, she'll be like, or she's gonna be like, oh no, please don't touch my hair, tell me what I have in my hair, okay? So she's not ready yet. And she's comfortable, you can just do simply this thing and she's like, oh, okay, so you got it, oh, thank you very much, okay? So this is how you can just go like further and further after. You can escalate this, but you need to start small. Super important that you have to understand, you cannot start kissing her, or you cannot, like if you bring her back to your place, start right now kissing her if she's not comfortable with you physically, okay? And to make her feel comfortable with you physically, you need to start with small physical contacts, okay, small kino, but you need to do it, okay? And you can start at the cafe, okay, at the bar. You can start just by, like the example that I've just gave you, start with that, okay? But do not avoid physical contact. Mistake number 9 is mentioning your ex. So unless she's asking you about your ex-girlfriend, never ever mention your ex, okay? Because if you do, she's going to think, okay, he's talking about her ex-girlfriend, so that probably means that he still thinking about her, okay? He's not ready for a relationship, he's not ready for anything. I'm losing my time with this guy, okay? She's going to think this, okay? So never ever mention your ex unless she's asking you questions about her, okay? And even worse, like don't compare her with your ex-girlfriend. Don't say that, oh, you like my ex-girlfriend, you like scuba diving, you like riding a bike, you like running in a park, okay? You like my ex-girlfriend, you know, she liked this kind of thing. Never ever say this kind of things. And the last mistake is being too nice. Always agree with what she says, for example. You cannot be Mr. Nice Guy. If you are way too nice, if you are always complimenting her, you are always positive overall, she is just going to get bored with you, okay? Seriously, she's gonna lose attraction for you. You need to understand that attraction is a mix between a lot of elements, but I'm going to give you right now an example. Sure, to be positive and to be nice, but you also need sometimes to tell her if she's doing something stupid, something lame, something that you don't like, you need to tell her, okay? You need to give her a full range of emotions. This is what is going to create attraction. Attraction is not created by just being too nice, by always agree with what she says, by always being like, oh my God, you're so right, you're so beautiful, you're so XYZ, okay? So stop being too nice with women. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have other problems with women in general, okay, you are struggling with something else that I've talked about in this video, write this in the comment section. I'm reading all the comments and it will be a pleasure for me to help you and to give you some answers, okay? So write down in the comments if you have other problems, if you don't know what to say, if you don't know how to set up your online profile, if you don't know how to sexualize more on the first date or the second date, if you don't know, I don't know, anything, write that down. It will be my pleasure to give you my answers.